We all know that moment. You finally unlock a brutal platinum. It may have taken weeks or even months of grinding. And then you sit there and ask yourself, was it really worth all that time? And that's the question I want to dive into today, because hard platinums aren't all created equal. Some test your skill, others demand your time, and then some even rely on factors that are completely outside of your control. And the truth is, not every grind is worth the payoff. By the end of this video, you'll not only see the different kinds of difficulty hidden in those platinum lists, but also have a way of deciding whether the grind ahead is worth chasing, or if you should move on to the next hunt. So let's start with the obvious question. Why do we chase hard platinums in the first place? At the core, it comes down to validation and mastery. When you get a tough platinum, it's visible proof that you have gone further than most players. That little icon on your profile isn't just a checklist, it's a sign of skill, persistence, and dedication. Psychologically, we're wired to crave milestones. It's why marathon medals or black belts just feel so powerful. A platinum is the gaming equivalent. It says, I pushed past frustration and I conquered this. This is especially true when the challenge we face is a fair, skill-based challenge. In games like Sekiro or even smaller indie games like Super Meat Boy, every death is a lesson. You'll know that you'll practice and you'll improve. That kind of difficulty feels meaningful because it is directly tied to effort. And that's the heart of the appeal. Hard platinums transform gaming from consuming content into building mastery. It's not about finishing, it's about proving to yourself and maybe others that you can push through farther than the rest of the players. But here's the problem, not every hard platinum is about growth. The difficulty isn't in the gameplay at all. It's hidden in the way the trophy list is designed. This is where it really hits. Many hard platinums aren't difficult because of skill. They're difficult because of repetition, time, and even design choices. The first big one is time investment. A platinum might look really simple, but once you're into it, you find that it's going to take hundreds of hours to complete. At that point, the question isn't, can you do it? It's, are you willing to? And that's a very different kind of challenge. It stops being about gaming ability and starts being about lifestyle trade-offs. Another hidden cost is randomness. Yeah, that pure RNG. Trophies tied to RNG can stretch out that journey indefinitely. You can prepare and you can play perfectly, but if the game decides not to give you that drop or that event you need, you're stuck. And that uncertainty wears you down because it makes you feel like your progress is not in your control. Then there's list design. Some games pad out their trophies with requirements that don't respect your time, like forcing multiple playthroughs for small differences or demanding flawless runs across really long levels. Crash Bandicoot 4 is infamous for this. One mistake means replaying an entire level, and by the 10th, the 20th, the 100th time, the fun turns into resentment. And finally, there's burnout. We've been through this before. Trophy hunting asks for consistency, but consistency without the joy becomes a grind. Even a brilliant game can lose its spark if you're required to complete the same task over and over and over and over again. That's when a platinum starts to feel less like an achievement and starts to feel more like a job. So if the costs are this high, why do we keep chasing? Why do so many of us push through these trials anyway? Quick pause, if you're enjoying this trophy talk and conversation about platinum hunting without the sugarcoating, make sure that you're subscribed. I've got more challenges and breakdowns coming soon, and I don't want you to miss them. The answer is simple, because the payoff is real. When that final trophy pops, for most of us, that feeling is one of the most satisfying in gaming. It's not just about the icon, it's about the story behind it. You remember the boss that felt impossible at first, the level that you played hundreds of times, and the late nights that you spent hours researching strategies just to get through the game. All of that gets condensed into one platinum. The reason it feels so good is because it's earned and not given. Easy platinums or auto pop trophies, they don't stick with you. You forget about them. But the ones you really had to fight for, those are the ones that identify you as one of the legendary platinum hunters. This is also why tough but also fair platinums are so fondly remembered. If you master a game's systems, whether it be that combat in Bloodborne or precision platform in something like Trials Rising, you walk away with confidence in your ability. And the truth is, a lot of us tend to chase that feeling. The platinum becomes a way to measure growth. It turns hours of struggle into moments of triumph. But here's the catch, not every hard platinum delivers the same satisfaction. Some feel incredible and some feel like you've wasted your time. So how do you know the difference? This is where you have to be honest with yourself. Not every platinum is worth it, and that's okay. The first question to ask is, do you love the game? Because if you don't, no trophy will make up hours of frustration. Loving the core experience makes even the longest platinums feel more natural, like Elden Ring's multiple endings. It's still a lot of work, but if you're invested into the world, it doesn't feel wasted. Second, is the difficulty fair? Challenges that reward practice are usually worth it. But when progress depends on RNG, outdated servers, and little chores that don't really add anything to the game, you need to ask if the time spent is actually giving you value. Third, what does the opportunity cost? Every platinum takes time you could be spending experiencing a new game and real life. But sometimes the trade-off makes sense. You're deepening your connection with a favorite. Other times you might realize that you're just stuck in a loop, chasing a trophy out of obligation over enjoyment. And lastly, and probably most important, watch your mental energy. If you start dreading booting up the game or starting another run makes you sigh, that's the clearest sign it's not worth it anymore. I need to take my own advice because I'm doing this right now. Trophy hunting should challenge you and not be a curse that drains the joy out of gaming altogether. That's really the balance. Hard platinums are worth it if they enhance the experience, not steal away from it. If this got you thinking about whether hard platinums are worth it, you need to check out this Trophy Talk episode on platinum difficulty being a lie. It digs deeper into how difficulty really works in trophy lists. I'll link it right here and down below. Until then, happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one.